Good morning. I am in Pinellas Park. You got me in my handyman attire today. So my name is Jim, and I am both a realtor and a handyman. This stuff just accumulated over the years because we flipped a ton of homes and worked on all my projects. And then in recent years, my wife and I just help a lot of people with being a realtor. And time again, this comes up. Can't find good handyman, or can't find good people to do stuff for them. So I'm getting sucked back into doing this, but I like it. I enjoy it. So I'm gonna turn this camera around and show you a little bit about my setup. And I'm gonna go in and show you the little project that I'm gonna do for this homeowner. They just bought it. They closed it on it yesterday, and I want to just swap out the carpet and put in a new floor, vinyl floor. But you know, crazy people can't find good workers. Maybe. Well, I mean, there are a lot of good handy working people out there, but I think maybe it has to do with the homeowner as well, because they shop by price, so they don't know anything, so they just hired the one that give them the best price, and usually that doesn't turn out well. You gotta hire somebody based on their skill level, not how much they charge. Unfortunately, for a lot of homeowners, they have no skill in redoing or rehabbing or handyman skill. That's why they hire people. But because they have no handyman skill, they don't know how to interview a handyman, and they just basically just go with whatever the guy or girl say, and then end up bad. So anyways, I will turn this camera around and show you some of my tools. Some of the stuff been like 25 years old. This thing is like 30 years old and it's still running great. Let me turn this around. Yeah, so 3 or 4 years, maybe 4 years ago, we went to Europe, and we went to France, Italy, and all the people there, the working people, well, not, a lot of these were used for work trucks in Europe, and I understand why. I mean, so versatile. You have a little tailgate here that you can pull out, and then you can set up stuff here, and then you can work right out of the truck. Really dependable twin turbo V6, got lots of power. That's my trusty miter saw. This thing have seen some work. I mean, my first miter saw, it's been not 30, but almost 30 years. I don't want to, calculate how many years there's been, but that was when I was a commercial photographer and a set builder in New York City, and I bought it to build sets for Bloomingdale's and Macy's and all the magazines and all that stuff. So I would buy all the wood and build the sets in the studio in Manhattan. And my trusty Porter cable compressor, that's the same time that I bought the miter saw. Yep, I used this thing for 30 years. I had to pick up a new Bratneller and a Black & Decker, just a crappy little saw, because I gotta cut the vinyl floor today, just around corners and things like that. Got all my quarter rounds, but yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna walk in, show you the inside. It's a 3 bedrooms, can be a 4. They turned it into a 4. Already has some luxury vinyls in there, right there, and in all the other rooms except for the one. So I'm here to change this one out today. Okay, so we had 4 listings last 2 months or so, and I had to come back and help the owner and tell you, the owners of these 4 different owners, they all investors, and they hired the wrong people, and stuff just didn't turn out. And one of them is a brand new build as well, and it shocked me how crappy some of the work is. So I mean, I'm super handy. I can do a lot of this stuff. My wife, she's like, stop doing this because it's a lot of work. But I keep running into people who need help with this stuff. Like this room. I mean, it's pretty easy. but they have a hard time finding people. And again, I mean, you know, I'm gonna say there's a lot of good handy people out there that I've met over the years. That's for sure. But I think maybe the homeowners are hiring people based on price and not on skills. So I don't blame them, because you know they don't have skills. They can't judge what's good or bad handyman. So they're concerned about price. So they're going to go with the price that most reasonable and what seems like it might work for them. And a lot of time that's get them in trouble, because you're basing your decision not on skill but on some other criteria. So and then they blame themselves later, or they blame the contractor for being dishonest. Well, they are dishonest people, but it's up to you to, like, you know, not work with them. Anyways, so I am ready to pull that carpet out and get cracking. First, trusty face mask. I never used this until like COVID, and then after COVID I'm using it for everything, so it's crazy, but it's good. All right, the face mask and a knife right in there. Right, things to get messy. Here is another tip of the day from Handyman Jim on. Okay, so clean up after yourself after every single task. So if you remove the carpet, clean that up, and you remove the tack strip around the side, clean everything up. Vacuum it, make sure it's nice and clean. In this situation, this is a concrete slab, and normally, if they do it right and when they build the house, they have vapor barrier underneath of it, but we don't know that. It's an older house. So what we're gonna do is make sure everything's clean, and then we're gonna put vapor barrier down before we lay the floor down. And before we even do that, just scrub and clean everything around. I mean, ideally, remove the baseboard. Okay, so when you're cutting this out, you think you're gonna go in at an angle, and some people do that. It works for them, but for me, I go in exactly across, like that. And when I pull that out, it comes out. It takes some of the paper behind it, but when I put the floor back in, it'll be higher, so it'll cover all that. The reason I cut it straight across, it preserves the top of the trim, and it goes back on top. It goes back on top much nicer. Removed it, right? And then when it goes back on higher, it's a nice clean, you know, against the wall. So it's not, if I cut on an angle down here, it gets wavy. And when you put it back on the wall, it's not gonna look good. It does mess up some of the paper here, but it doesn't matter, it's gonna get it covered, okay? And keep your tools to the minimum. You don't need a whole lot of tools. So, you know, every job, just think about what the most efficient tool that you can use. The vacuum is always there. Gloves always there. Screw gun, hammer, pry bar, and a knife. Very, very simple to get all this stuff done. Cut the carpet out. And again, I'm gonna vacuum again all along the bottom, just to get all that little debris, all this little stuff out of the way. Okay. So now is also a good time to inspect the walls on the bottom here. Water always goes down, and damages like termites or droppings, everything always falls down. So if you remove the bottom and you go around the room and look at it, all the telltale signs are there. So in this house, it looks good. I mean, you know, it's always uneven down there. Not always, but majority of the time, once you pull those out, you know, it looks like that. But it's not bad. Everything's dry, there's no mold or any kind of thing. There was some kind of water damage there, and the bathroom's on the other side. So at one time it probably leaked, but that's from a very, okay. So here's the bathroom, it's pretty big, the shower, and it leaked at one point, but it's not now, so it should be fine. Okay, so vapor barrier is down. Wherever the seam is on the bottom, it comes with a little strip like that. So you know, it sticks on the bottom. But I put some masking tape on top just to hold things in place. But it comes with its own little strip in the back. Over here is in the closet. Not a huge issue, so I just patched that up and I just kind of taped it up. But we're ready for put down the floor. Okay, I'm gonna slap the floor together. I'm gonna carry all the floors in, and then have lunch, and then finish it up and go home. Well, that's the plan at least. To avoid the repeat patterns on these luxury vinyl planks, you don't want to just use one box at a time. You use all three and then you grab them from different piles. This way the pattern doesn't repeat and it looks natural.